I'll give you a rundown of today, haven't I?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and train legs, and then we're supposed to be training legs with Cedric, but Cedric's bottled it because he's got stuff to do with work, allegedly. And then we'll train legs, get something to eat, and then we'll go up to London. I'm meeting a client who's coming down from Manchester. True story, I met her in Bali. She caught dengue fever. Do you know what dengue fever is?
No idea.
It's fucking horrendous. And she was really ill. She was in hospital for like 3 weeks. Had to have like blood transfusions and all types of shit. But she's coming down to London because she's doing a clinical trial. She's one of the first batch of people to get the dengue fever, not antidote. Vaccine, yeah, because once you catch dengue fever, it stays with you for the rest of your life. Yeah, and like it flares up, like mad fatigue. So she's coming down to get that. So then I'm going to go and meet her, because I haven't seen her since I met her in Bali, which was a year ago, which is mad. And then I'm going for dinner with Hannah. But before all of that, we must train legs. It is nice to train on your own because you can just get shit done so much quicker. Right, let's get the fuck out of here. I've had to pay for parking because it's number plate recognition apparently. And we all know what my track record with parking fines is. I was with you, wasn't I?
Yeah. Did you pay him, yeah?
I had to pay him. You got to pay him. You can't not pay him. But I don't, for £4.50, even though I'm not here, it says number. Look how many cameras there are. There's like 20 cameras. So I'm not even trying to take a chance with that. But yeah, so we're training some legs today and we'll do some good videoing. Because I think it will be nice for people to see a coach and a client together, like outside of a training environment. You're used to it, but I think a big stigma with coaching and training is that people think it's just training, and it's really not. So it'll be nice to see, not only will it be nice to see Liz, but it'll be nice for everybody to see like the relationship between a client and a coach, because 95% of my client base is online. So if I'm seeing them through a computer screen, or I'm speaking to them through a voice note. It's not every day you get to see them in person. Obviously you can build a relationship with somebody online through communication and talking and phone calls and FaceTimes, and it's crazy because before COVID ever happened, I did try to take my business fully online and my clients freaked out. Like they said, no, if you go online, I want to stop, because people only had the idea of fitness and personal training and coaching as being a one-to-one thing. Like that people didn't have the concept of online, like it wasn't a thing. And then COVID happened, and then literally overnight, online coaches just came out of the woodworks. Everybody all of a sudden became a personal trainer because people realised that they could do it online. So I think a big stigma with the online coaching, not for the fact that everybody is an online coach today, like everyone's a fucking coach. Not just that, but I think people are generally confused by what it actually is and what it actually does, because people are too used to personal trainers, right? So everybody knows what a personal trainer is. You go to a gym, you pay somebody to help you train. A big part of the reason why people struggle with training is because they don't understand it so much more than that. So you'll understand. You'll have a great, I haven't got to explain it to you because you're an athlete. You understand what it takes to get yourself in a good enough place to be able to stay consistent and feel good with your training. It's not just turn up and train at 100%. It don't work like that. So it'll be good to meet up and sort of give people an idea of kind of not really what goes on behind the scenes, but like the relationship between a coach and a client and the normality of it. I think people have this idea that it's got to be grueling and it's got to be tedious and it's got to be eating next to nothing and training 7 days a week, and it's really not like that at all. Like it's really not. So hopefully going and seeing Liz will give people a better idea of what having a coach actually is about. I was speaking to one of my other clients, Ruth, about this as well. And I was speaking to Kathy yesterday, another client. I believe everybody should have a coach. I don't know what you think, but I think everybody should have a coach. I've had a coach. My coaches had coaches. Their coaches had coaches. Like, professional athletes have coaches. You know, I feel like everybody should have a coach in some way, shape or form, because a lot of people go to school and they don't have the information. And I'm not even talking fitness, I'm just talking like any type of coach really. Maybe mainly business and lifestyle, because those are the two things that you don't get taught in school. And when you leave school, those are the two things that you need more than anything, is to know how to make money, manage money, and how to look after your body and how to look after your health. And, you know, we don't get taught that in school. So, you know, it's kind of going back to what the talk was about with the kids at Southgate School, is if you don't get the information early, by the time you become an adult, it's very hard to try and learn what needs to be done. But I think that's like the big thing with fitness and coaching and personal training and just fitness in general. It's now very hard. I don't like bashing people. Like I don't hate on people. I let people do their own thing. I try not to bash people and, you know, uncover people's bullshit. But fitness has become so the thing to get into to make money and sell that it's becoming very hard for me not to have to highlight to people the differences between people that are actually genuinely passionate about learning how to be better versus people that are just in it to make money. And the thing is, when I got into fitness, I didn't get into fitness for the money, because I came from an industry where all it was about was money, and it created a mindset that I didn't like. Like I turned into a really horrible person. Everything was just money orientated, and I was so materialistic, and it was just everything was about money, and it almost, I just turned into a very not nice person. So when I came into fitness, it wasn't about the money. Obviously I've got to make money, people pay me for what I know, but at the start they didn't. Like I had to work for a year for free. Imagine that, like working a year for free. I was so skint. I was so broke. I was broke. Like I couldn't pay my rent or nothing. But that was a decision that I made when I got into it, because I understood that peace of mind and being at peace with yourself, regardless of the sacrifice that you have to make to get there, is worth it in the long run, because you're at peace with who you are. You know who you are, and you're happy with who you are, and you're confident with who you are, and you love who you are. Whereas now, mate, people just sell their soul to the devil. You know, it's a bit crazy when you look at the fitness industry as a whole, not just like athletic or, you know, any other sort of specific type of training, but just in general, everybody has become an expert overnight. And it's quite scary really, because, you know, a lot of Instagram accounts now, it's just regurgitated information. Like they don't actually know what they're talking about. They just are posting it because somebody else that does know what they're talking about is talking about it, which, when you think about the context of that in terms of information and what you do with that information, it's very dangerous. And I think because it's so popular now, people they don't even really think about the danger of it, of taking information that is wrong and then trying to do something with it. But that being said, I think it will be good. I can't wait. I'm excited to see Liz, to be fair, because she's worked so hard. And, you know, like when Liz came to me, she was with some coach who was just basically running her into the ground. Like she was training 7 days a week, she was doing cardio 2 hours a day, she was eating fuck all, and, you know, we had a serious conversation, and what I tried to explain to her was, you have the work ethic to get what you want, but the work ethic isn't enough if what you're working on is wrong. And we had a battle for a good 2 or 3 months of her trying to understand that you've just had dengue fever, you've just recovered from dengue fever. Getting shredded is not the priority. Whoever she was paying before obviously was so focused on just getting her as lean as he could that he wasn't taking her health into consideration. Now, you catch dengue fever and you're in hospital for 3 weeks, you can't come out of hospital and then expect to be going into a 7-day-a-week 2-hour cardio session every day. So I really had to try and get it through to her that her health was the most important thing. And, you know, it took a while for her to understand, because she had to do less training and she had to eat more and she had to rest more. But now she's got to a point where she's actually realising that it all paid off. So it will be really nice to see her, because I know she's in a completely different like headspace mentally from where she was when she met me, which is good. I think that's the goal really, isn't it, at the end of the day. Right, we at the gym.
I wish I could jump in, bro, but I've got leg day tomorrow.
Sounds like an excuse to me.